Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that the $10,000 sitting in your bank account is no longer worth $10,000. Not because someone stole it, not because you spent it, but because time quietly took a piece of it away. This is the hidden danger most people ignore: inflation. You work hard, you save money, you avoid unnecessary spending, you think you're building security for your future. But what if your biggest financial mistake isn't spending too much? What if it's simply letting your money sit still? Because while your savings account balance may look safe, the purchasing power behind that number could be slowly disappearing. A coffee that cost $2 years ago might cost $5 today. A house that once seemed affordable may now feel impossible. And the lifestyle you dream about could be moving further away without you even realizing it. Here's the scary part: inflation doesn't need your permission, it doesn't send you a warning. It just quietly reduces what your money can buy. But by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how inflation works, why traditional saving alone may not be enough, and the smart steps wealthy people take to protect and grow their money. Because the difference between staying financially stuck and building wealth often comes down to one thing: knowing how money actually works. Most people think inflation means prices go up. That's true, but it's only half the story. Inflation actually means your money loses purchasing power over time. And let's say you have $10,000 today. If inflation averages 3% per year, after 10 years, that same $10,000 will buy significantly less than it does today. The number in your account hasn't changed. But what that number can purchase has. It's like having a phone battery that slowly drains in the background. You don't notice it every second, but eventually the power is gone. And here's where many people make a mistake. They believe, my money is safe because it's in the bank. But safe from what? Safe from losing dollars? Maybe. Safe from losing value? Not always. Think about it this way. If your refrigerator slowly leaked water every day, would you say, well, the refrigerator is still here, so everything is fine? Probably not. Your savings can have the same hidden leak. The wealthy understand this. They don't only ask, how much money do I have? They ask, what is my money doing while I sleep? And that question leads us to something even more important. Because inflation doesn't just affect your savings, it affects your entire financial future. For decades, many people followed a simple formula: go to school, get a job, save money, retire comfortably. But the financial world has changed. Today, simply saving may not create the future you imagine. Imagine two people. Person A saves every dollar and keeps everything in cash. Person B learns how money works and puts their money into assets designed to grow over time. After years pass, their financial situations can look completely different. The difference isn't always income. Sometimes the difference is understanding. Money sitting idle is like a seed locked inside a box. It has potential, but it can never grow. A seed doesn't become a tree because you stare at it and say, please grow. Your money works the same way. It needs the right environment. Now, this doesn't mean you should take reckless risks or chase every investment trend you see online. The goal isn't gambling. The goal is making informed decisions. And that brings us to the biggest question. If inflation is constantly working against you, what are financially successful people doing differently? Wealthy people don't see money as something that just sits there. They see money as a tool that can create more opportunities. Instead of only storing money, they focus on owning productive assets that have the potential to increase in value or generate income. This could include things like businesses, stocks, real estate, or other investments, depending on a person's goals and risk level. The mindset shift is simple. Poor financial thinking asks, how can I save more money? Wealth building thinking asks, how can I make my money work harder? Because inflation rewards people who understand growth and punishes people who ignore it. But there is one powerful force that can completely change your relationship with money. A force that many people underestimate. And once you understand it, you'll never look at saving the same way again. So what can you actually do? The first step is awareness. You need to know where your money is going and whether it is growing faster than inflation. Second, build strong financial foundations. That means having an emergency fund, managing unnecessary debt, increasing your financial knowledge, creating a long-term investment strategy. The goal isn't becoming rich overnight. The goal is avoiding the slow financial mistakes that keep people behind for decades, because wealth is usually built through consistent decisions repeated over time. Unfortunately, there's no get rich while watching Netflix for 20 minutes button. Trust me, if there was one, everyone would have already pressed it. Real wealth comes from understanding the rules and playing the long game. The biggest advantage young people have isn't a huge salary, It's time. Every year you delay learning about money is a year you lose the opportunity to make smarter decisions. Think about two people. One starts learning and investing early, the other waits until they have more money. Years later, the first person often has something the second person cannot buy back: time. Inflation will continue, markets will change, the economy will go through ups and downs, but financial education gives you something powerful: control. You cannot control inflation, but you can control your response to it. And the next concept you need to understand is the reason small amounts of money can eventually become something much bigger. It's called the power of compounding. Inflation is not just about rising prices, it's about understanding that money has a lifespan. If you ignore how money works, time can quietly work against you. But if you learn the rules, you can start making decisions that move you closer to financial freedom. Remember, saving money is important, but knowing how to protect and grow that money is what creates wealth. Your future self will benefit from the decisions you make today. And if you want to understand the most powerful tool that allows ordinary people to build extraordinary wealth over time, watch the next video on this channel. The Power of Compounding: How Small Investments Become Massive Wealth. Click the video on your screen now, because the earlier you understand compounding, the more time your money has to work for you.